It's a great time to be alive. 200 years ago, you could expect to live to a ripe old age of 33. 100 years ago, you would be lucky to reach 40. Bye-bye, boomers. Science and medicine have given us extra time to live, love, and make mayhem. But these added years come at a cost. We need to keep healthy to live out this longer lifespan. So we look to the supplement industry to help out. Because let's face it, the big pharma cartel seems to kill people faster than disease does. And more, we are desperately searching outside mainstream medicine for some kind of hope, some relief from pain, sickness, and our own aging bodies. And with this great demand comes a great opportunity for a conniving snake oil salesman to offer something, some hope for wellness for a price. And if you aren't buying it, you may as well be selling it and making yourself rich. How else are you gonna ride your Bugatti and cruise the Riviera on your super yacht? Welcome to Big Supplement, the evil cousin of Big Pharma, where it's never been easier to make millions selling your very own brand of snake oil. Old Clark Stanley was the original snake oil salesman. This ex-cowboy got his idea from the heavily exploited Chinese laborers who got duped into building the great American railroads in the 1890s. For their pains, these immigrants used a lotion made from the oil of water snakes, which eased muscle pain and arthritis. But Stanley gave it his own spin. He pitched an all-American miracle ointment he supposedly learned from the Hopi Indians. Instead of water snakes, he used the fat of rattlesnakes for his infamous Stanley's snake oil, which made him a very wealthy man. Eventually, the public wised up, as they do. Stanley's miracle cure was just beef fat, red pepper, and turpentine. He's long gone now, but his cure-all's name lives on. Since humans first faced the Grim Reaper, we have tried to fight off the fact that we are doomed to die. Nothing has really changed. We still want to beat the odds, live longer, age slower, biohack our health, and free ourselves from pain. Once, illness was a mysterious punishment from some angry god in the sky, and we did what we could. When we weren't decapitating thousands on Aztec altars, we were fixing our wounds with donkey, dog, and fly poop. Riveting. Some of the solutions we came up with were even more crazy. The Egyptians used mashed up mice as a toothache cure. Cocaine drops for toothache? Sounds fun. How about Victorian Botox, petroleum jelly injections in the face? Having problems in the bedroom? How about a goat testicle transplant? Crazy, huh? It's not just way back. Snake oil salesmen are alive and thriving today in the shady vitamin and mineral industry, to the tune of countless billions per year. And you can get a taste of those greenbacks if you play your cards right and follow the snake oil guru's playbook. First off, you need to find something to cure. Whether that's dissolving belly fat, smoothing out those wrinkles, or transforming a nerd into a babe magnet, you need to get your ideal buyer in your crosshairs. Here's how. Social media influencers, magazines, and the movie industry set impossible standards of fitness and beauty that us average folks just can't measure up to. It doesn't mean we don't all share one thing. We all want what we don't have, which makes the supplement industry such a profitable enterprise. If you promise to make them desirable, they will empty their purses. So advertise to men that they can build a Greek body with little effort and in record time with your signature blend of lies and hype. How else will you net some of that sweet $27 billion per year? How about the anti-aging market? Just tap into their burning desire to turn back time. The aging boomers population cling to their fading youth with ropey old Madonna arms. They're just gagging for some solution for their inevitable decline. This sweet market could yield you some piece of $55.4 billion. Even Brian Johnston claims he has the secret biohack to eternal life. Man, he is convincing. He looks like he's already spent a century pickled in brine. It also seems we will swallow anything that promises to shed our extra pounds fast. Way back, the world went nuts for these once viral weight loss cures, like smoking cigarettes with a catchphrase, "Reach for a lucky when you crave something sweet." How about a tapeworm diet? Horace Fletcher's chewing diet had people chew their food until it was liquid. I am sure he was quite a hit at those 1800s parties because he carried around a sample of his poop to show the success of his constitution. But that doesn't mean that crazy supplements that target the overweight aren't still bringing in the big bucks today. Almost 50% of America is obese, so convince them that they can lose 40% of their body fat while lying on their couch eating McDonald's burgers, and you can take a sweet cut of the US $43.9 billion market. Seems like we haven't gotten smarter with these recent weight loss gimmicks. Caffeine-infused undies to lose weight? Well, that's one interesting way to get your cup of joe. Dr. Joseph Breachman's double shot pills. These red and blue pills magically transformed a 720-calorie plate of spaghetti to only 72 calories. Man, I wish. Lobster-inspired weight loss cream that trims your thighs. How about selling miraculous cures for inevitable diseases? If you can bind and gag your sense of right and wrong, illness is the ripest fruit to pluck. As far as the really big dread diseases go, pharma often leaves us short or gives us treatments that are worse than the disease. Like worse, as in death. Some studies suggest that prescription drugs are the third leading cause of death in the United States and Europe. The World Health Organization reports that 1 in 10 patients come off worse under healthcare at a global rate of 3 million deaths a year. It's no wonder people are looking outside traditional medicine, and people will pay anything just for a shred of hope. Take a note from charlatan Harry M. Hoxsey and his Hoxsey Cancer Cures. He made a fortune off his patients for almost 3 decades selling an herbal remedy that did nothing at all to cure cancer. Hell, this guy went one step further and diagnosed his potential patients' cancers, so his success rate was encouragingly high. Problem was, the guy didn't have one shred of medical training. So in terms of payoff, the dread disease market is the most evil jackpot of all. I mean, what wouldn't you pay for just another year to stay alive? So you've got your angle and are ready to go in for the kill. You might be thinking, isn't there someone out there who's going to stick me in jail? Aren't there laws to stop me from going at these eager sheep like a rabid wolf? Take a note from the supplement industry playbook and learn that DSHEA has given you the red light to do whatever the hell you please. The Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act of 1994 is your ticket to the big time. So what exactly is this supplement scammer's heavenly commandment? Let's take a step back in time. Up until the 90s, the FDA had some control over the tide of over-the-counter products promising, well, anything that could make a scammer some ka-ching. If you wanted to market a supplement, the onus was on you to prove your snake oil actually worked. More than that, you needed to prove you weren't going to kill your customers. That meant you needed money to fund scientific studies, a real pain in the ass for a swindler out for a fast buck. Good old Senator Orrin Hatch stepped center stage and saved the day for all those swindlers just slavering to bilk the American public. Big surprise, Hatch's very position in government was allegedly funded and fueled by no less than the supplement industry. Hatch let the dogs out onto the poor, unsuspecting public for a no-rules feeding frenzy still in full force today. As a wannabe supplement king, DSHEA is your ticket to fortune. Now, the overworked FDA has to prove your product is unsafe instead of you paying pesky scientists to test your stuff before it hits shelves. So today, there are dietary supplements on the market for virtually every desire, but the FDA has only a handful that have undergone any substantial trials. Take a note from the Supplement Scammers playlist. You can put in pretty much any old nasty in your brew. Some supplements range from plain old rice flour to ingredients as bizarre as flying squirrel poop and dried and ground up seahorses. Just look at the crackpot Jim Humble. He made millions selling his miracle minerals solution, or MMS. Hell, he even created a church and offered his cure as a sacrament that people could acquire through a donation process. He claimed his holy cure could cure malaria, hepatitis viruses, the H1N1 flu virus, common colds, autism, acne, cancer, you name it. A type of industrial bleach called sodium chloride. Even though his quack cure was exposed by the FDA like years ago, MMS still keeps on rearing up its head like an FDA whack-a-mole. MMS even made a comeback as a cure for the virus that ends in 19, despite the fact that it was bullshit. New idiots spun a yarn to conspiracy theorists and they drank the bleach. As long as your product doesn't make any specific medical claims to treat or cure anything, you've got a get-out-of-jail-free card to fleece the public at your leisure. Just try not to use the stuff that will kill them outright. You will attract attention, and this time, you will supplement your jail stretch with happy times in prison showers. Now that you know the road to sell is broad and the gate is wide, let's get down to the brass tacks of making your millions selling your very own snake oil. You make up your own supplements from scratch, but that's going to take time and a hefty chunk of your savings. You also have the ball ache of having to follow FDA Good Manufacturing Practices, or GMPs. So take a note from the playbook and opt for private labeling. All you need to do is find a semi-reputable supplement manufacturing plant, buy their ready-made products, and then sell it under your own brand. Hell, a lot of them will even throw in a personalized label. The best thing is they already have all those pesky FDA compliance requirements in the bag, so you don't have to wait to get some cash flowing in. Want to cut costs? Buy in bulk directly from China like a supplement Temu. Set up your own online store. Use a toll-free number instead of a mailing address. That makes it harder to track you down. Your pills don't work? Not your fault, buddy. The label warned your buyers that the FDA doesn't evaluate supplement claims, right? But to push your scam to the next level, you need to market the hell out of it. Here's how. The FDA's hands are pretty tied when it comes to the tidal wave of snake oil hitting the shelves, but the one thing they can do is nail you for fraudulent labeling and advertising of your wonder cure. So learn the sup scammers' winning words and use these beauties to sell your stuff. Boosts, supports, optimizes, aids, promotes. These are nifty fence-sitter words that can prevent your product getting pulled. Also, proprietary blends are a supplement scammer's best camouflage for hiding cheap ingredients. So just list what's in your magic jar without revealing the amount. Feel free to put trace amounts of the expensive stuff and go wild on the cheaper ones. It won't show up on the label, wink wink. A couple of years back, the New York State Attorney General's office caught some giant retailers with their pants down selling all kinds of bunk supplements on their shelves. We're talking about the big boys here, like GNC, Target, Walmart, and Walgreens. Almost 80% of the crap on the shelves didn't contain any DNA of their listed ingredients. And to top it all off, they were crammed with cheap fillers like rice powder, asparagus, and houseplants. Fill your page with bogus and untraceable testimonials stating that your product changed their life, cured their floppy man bits, and regrew them a head of hair. Get creative. Pay an influencer to TikTok the hell out of your snake oil and watch as the bucks roll in. Or find a doctor willing to sell out. If you want to be really shifty, try direct mail tactics where you can keep your inflated claims for miracles on the down low, like Braswell's aging cures. But before you send your supplement out into the world, you need to give it some nerd cred. It's called science-ploitation, and this, my friend, is a supplement scammer's secret sauce. It's all about using and abusing scientific evidence to promote your product. If your snake oil has, say, ginger root, research all the scientific studies that have ever used ginger in any way, shape, or form. Then simply cherry-pick the positive benefits and tack it to your product. Congratulations, your supplement is now science-based. Take a note from the notorious Almond Braswell supplement scammer's playbook. His shady company, Gerovita, dodged the FDA's watchdogs by using a direct marketing approach via mail. They went full out with a 50-page journal called the Journal of Longevity that started itself as a medical research journal and even looked like real peer-reviewed studies. But the truth was, it was all BS written by Gerovita staff. To do what? Sell Braswell supplements, of course. Old Braswell was yet another repeat supplement scam offender who had spent time behind bars for mail fraud, an earlier proprietary cure for baldness. But he didn't let that stop him. His later company, Gerovita, is reputed to have taken in a neat $250 million a year before being tagged by the IRS for tax evasion. In a funny twist, Braswell is currently cryogenically frozen along with his mom since he mysteriously died in 2006. Ironically, old Braswell is waiting for someone to offer a cure for, well, death. While you're science-exploiting, try to find a shady doctor to come on board in exchange for a cut of the cash. Just because someone has a medical degree does not make them trustworthy. Another way to secure a market is to tout your supplement as something Big Pharma has tried to suppress. Conspiracy theorists will throw money at you from their underground survival bunkers. Big Supplement takes great pains to distance themselves from Big Pharma by hiding under labels like natural and wholesome. But the biggest supplement and herbal scam may shock you. The very global chemical mega companies making evil pharmaceuticals are the same bastards cooking up your wholesome vitamin and herbal supplements. In fact, some experts suggest that giants Pfizer, Unilever, Novartis, and GlaxoSmithKline dominate the global sup industry. Not to mention Bayer and Procter & Gamble and Clorox. These giants are swallowing up smaller independent supplement companies like a diabolical Pac-Man in an increasing frenzy to lock down the market. Not only that, some really underhanded megacorporations are taking a bite of this sweet apple. Even Nestle is taking a piece under their banner of their Nestle Health Science. Right. As time goes on, more and more global mega companies will get in on the game and further blur the line between pharmaceuticals and the supplement industry. So between big pharma and entrepreneurs like yourself, the real deal independent supplement market is punched out on the ropes, and quality and ethically sourced supplements are now few and far between. Meanwhile, the supply for supplements is exploding. Here's why. The world's soil is getting stripped of nutrients from mass farming. Our vegetables and fruits lack the vitamins and minerals our bodies require to stay healthy and fight off disease. To make it worse, our modern diet is terrible. We're living poorly, and we need a band-aid solution to our bad lifestyle choices. That's why we turn to the supplements industry in the hope of a quick fix. But we need to get more savvy about what we put in our bodies. We should be extra vigilant that we aren't the one on the receiving end of this con. Here's how. Look for USP, NSF, or NPA certification, and evidence of third-party testing. Avoid fly-by-night online sellers and look for companies with established cred. Look for single-ingredient supplements rather than hidden proprietary blends. Sites such as consumerlab.com, or search the NSF site or USP site to ensure your supplements are worthy of your money. So now you know the shady tactics the supplement industry uses to sell their snake oil. You'll be much less likely to fall victim. Unless you're the one selling it, of course. Well then, you know there is no one really policing Big Supplement, so the play is wide open for anyone to take a piece of the spoils. Although, you didn't hear that from me.